What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Keeping It Real with Credit live session. What's up, guys? Thanks again. Here we are again, once again on Wednesday. Another Wednesday here coming back to you in Keeping It Real with Credit live studios. I'll wait for some of you guys to kind of chime in there, give you guys an opportunity. But trying something new, trying something different. We are in a different place, in a different location, and I'm giving little bits and pieces of the new studio, so you guys can check it out. We'll get the full tour soon once everything is set up. So once we're live from Keeping It Real Credit Studios, I see some of the guys coming in. So welcome. Guys, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing because in this channel we talk anything and everything about credit, personal finance, and little tips and tricks, things that they don't teach you at school, that I really do dedicate my time researching and providing that back to you. All right, so welcome, guys. I'm your host, Ray, from Keeping It Real with Credit, owner and creator of this channel, right? Providing you some great information. And again, one of the things that we are providing, and if you didn't hear it before, Keeping It Real with Credit is its own full-service credit restoration company, right? We provide a full-service credit restoration. We'll not only educate you on credit, right, with these videos, and obviously if you're one of our clients already, but we also fix your credit. We get you one step closer. We really analyze what you really got going on in your credit, and we compare that to what your goals really are. And we put the two and we formulate that together, and we'll go ahead and kick it off. And guys, real quick before we continue on forward, obviously this live sessions that we're trying to do every week is to give an opportunity to have a one-on-one with me or my team or whatnot when it comes to your credit questions, right? And obviously to encourage you guys to ask questions, to ask more, because this is a community and we should all learn as much as we can with this. Now, before we continue on, guys, I kind of wanted to touch on something really quick. It's not to be taken in the seriousness of the channel or whatnot, but it has come to my attention, right, by my faithful subscribers, followers, fans, clients. Guys, thank you guys so much for that. I really don't ask for it, but I do appreciate the support. It has come to my attention that some companies are using the Keeping It Real with Credit logo and name and videos on their website that I don't actually work with. So if you see Keeping It Real with Credit's logo, name, or videos on another company that is not Keeping It Real with Credit, I do not work with them. If you want to work with me directly, the only way you're going to be able to speak with me directly is by clicking on the link in the description below and speaking to me or my team directly. If another company contacts you saying that they work with me or that they're working with Keeping It Real with Credit, do not believe them. As a matter of fact, test it. Ask to speak with me, because even if you speak to one of my guys here at the office, I'm always around. I'm always right next to them. So if you're talking to somebody that's not me claiming that they work with Keeping It Real with Credit, ask to speak to me right there and then. FaceTime me, put me on three-way, email me, request to see me. That's the only way you're going to see me. So any other company using Keeping It Real with Credit or saying that they work alongside Keeping It Real with Credit, no, we're our own entity. We're our own program, okay? And if you want to speak to me, the only way you're going to work with me is with me directly or my team, all right? So keep in mind, Keeping It Real with Credit is its own standalone, I guess you could say, program. We do not work with anybody else. We're not recommending or promoting anybody else, unless they're a consumer attorney that we recommend, right? Or realtor or whatever the case may be. But unless you hear from me right here on this channel, Ray, the host, creator, and owner of Keeping It Real with Credit, do not believe anybody else, all right? So with that being said, last time we spoke on here on the channel, we kind of spoke about, you guys wanted to kind of see the office or couldn't wait to meet or see the team. So I'm going to give you just a little taste. Let me introduce you to one of my best guys. Come on, bro.
What's everybody? What's up, everybody?
Alex, one of my best guys. If you call, this may or may not be one of the people you speak to. So tell them a little bit about yourself.
All right, guys. So I've been doing this for about 4 years. My specialty is obviously doing everything that's got to do with rules and regulations in regards to credit. We've been doing a lot of research recently with the credit cards, chances and probabilities of getting approved for credit cards with specific banks, credit card companies, whatever it is. I'm going to let Ray chime in and let's see what we got, man.
Cool. All right. So one of the cool things about Alex, if you do get the chance to speak with him, is the fact that he actually, like, one of his obsessions, if you will, is looking up credit cards and what they offer as incentives and what the criteria that's often very hard to find of what the banks look for to qualify for you. So what was some of the ones, like Chase was what was it, the 523? What is that rule?
524 rule. Basically, Chase automatically declines you if you have 5 or more credit card applications within the last 24 months. So it's very important to know, guys. Actually, the reason why I went into that was because Chase did send me an already approved offer for a Chase Sapphire credit card for $12,000. Was it?
Yeah,
$12,000. So pretty awesome card. And again, we just want to go ahead and put out that information there. They also have a 230 rule where you can only have 2 applications within the last 30 days. Anything more than that, you'll get automatically declined as well, guys. Just a heads up.
Cool. Now, I see here Lilith Silver Moon. I guess used to work for a company that didn't do so well. So, Lilith, just to add on to what you're saying, very true to what you're saying, right? If you pay your bills on time, you're not going to go into collections, and that's something that we always encourage, right? But sometimes life does happen. You get injured, you get sick, your company lays you off, they move overseas, and you're kind of stuck within your bills. But the wonderful part about it, Lilith, as you claim to say that you know, we have rules and regulations and rights, right, given to us by the government to help protect us as consumers from shady debt collectors or shady companies. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to make a video about this, right? What you should look for in a credit restoration company, right? If you go to the FTC website, the Federal Trade Commission, they have something that's called the CROA, the Credit Repair Organizations Act, and we're actually governed by them. It's actually a set of rules or regulations that a credit repair company should operate under, right? And look at that. And I'm actually going to break it down in the next video. A lot of people, and to be honest with you, credit restoration is something that you very well can do on your own. It is afforded to you, part of your right? Because the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, states that if something's unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete, it must be corrected or removed. And as a matter of fact, it affords you the opportunity to be able to challenge and or dispute the information being on there. And so if I'll be honest with you, it is very time-taking to be able to dispute, and it could be costly depending on how many negative items if you choose to do it the right way. But you can hire a company like us to go ahead and do these evaluations and kind of dispute for you on your behalf, because this is what we do all day and night. And we actually sit all day and night and research these new rules and regulations. We consult with some of our attorneys that we know that we have on staff as well, and that they'll be able to go ahead and kind of vet all the information that we're going to go ahead and try, strategies that we're going to go ahead and try, and we go from there. So Lilith, thank you very much for that information on there. This is information that you can do on your own. But unfortunately, there's a lot of companies out there that put a bad name to people that try to do things the right way. And for the most part, that's great. And so Byron King, why when I tried to sign up with you guys, you're trying to make me pay $1 for my credit report when I told you that I already have my credit score. So Byron, so when you do the evaluation, when you request more information, I send you a link to Identity IQ, right? And there's others. I have a whole list of them. So I don't make you pay for that, but Identity IQ does. They have a free trial period, which is $1 for 7 days. And that gives us the opportunity to go ahead and take a look at what your credit report is. What does it have? What do we have to work with? What is realistic or what is not realistic, right? And so, for example, it's kind of like when you go to the doctor. You go to the doctor because something hurts. You're sick or whatever the case may be. But telling the doctor that you're sick is not enough. He has to see what's really under the hood. And so what they do is basically take an x-ray, a CT scan, or whatever the case may be, to then confirm what it is, diagnose you, and then come up with a treatment. Having access to that credit report gives us the opportunity to really analyze what you have going on in your credit, to really give you realistic expectations as to what's actually possible. We can't remove what we cannot remove, and then help you get closer. Because you see, when it comes to people's personal credit, I don't like guessing. I like to give you as accurate details as I can possible to help you when it comes to that. So that's the reason why when it comes to that. And again, guys, if we're looking, and now let's take a step back. Why is it that you're trying to fix your credit? What is the goals here, right? If we're looking to buy a home, if we're looking to buy a car, if we're looking to get a loan, we're talking about getting, let's say a home, for example, a 6-figure loan that we're trying to get borrowed, right? And so the bank has to feel confident in looking at your credit report, lending you that money, and trusting that you'll be able to pay it back over time, right? And so that's exactly what we help with, right? To make you look as best as possible to the bank or to any future lenders. That's going to go ahead and help you with that. And then obviously, at the end of the day, what's costly, right? If we're worried about paying $1 here, paying fees there, and things like that, then we're really losing sight of what the bigger picture is, right? Because I'll tell you what's expensive. What's expensive is having bad credit by paying all these interest fees. That's expensive. And so if we're able to help you out and give you a leverage and to give you the opportunity that we're able to do that, that's exactly what we do. All right. So here we go. Naturally, but hey guys, I asked for a question at the top of the chat. Please take a look and help. Naturally, please, if you can, repost it, please, because the questions are coming in pretty good. Noreen Adams, you have worked hard in educating yourself and deserve only good. Thanks you, Noreen. And I continue to educate myself, and I'm actually working on a new series with some legal terminology that I'm actually picking the brains of some of the attorneys that we're affiliated with, and seeing how even more information we could bring to the table. Welcome, King Arthur. You will get away with it. This is what I did and got away with 90K of debt. Did not pay them a dime. Not sure what the details are with that, King Arthur, but there's a lot of factors that go into that. TC, can you work with individuals out of state, or is this best to work with clients? So yes, we work with individuals nationwide. We have clients nationwide, and what you get with our program, we actually provide you with a portal. You get to log in 24/7 and see exactly what we're doing here for you. So it's fully transparent. Everything we send is by certified mail read receipt. It also adds a level of transparency. And when it comes to that, and so we're able to work with people nationwide to help you guys out. And again, guys, really quick, if you guys want to know what your options are when it comes to your credit, in the link in the description below, there's a link where you can schedule an evaluation. I go ahead and send you a text personally from my number, and you'll get my number. Feel free to text back, say what's up. I'll reply with hello. I'll send you a link to my calendar, and you'll be able to go ahead and get contacted with us here pretty soon. So Byron was asking, going back, so I understand what you're saying now is, so how much is it for the first month and therefore after that? So Byron, our pricing is based on the amount of negative items you have with the work to be done, right? It's not, that's why I can't give you pricing, because I don't know what we have to work with. And as a matter of fact, I can't charge you the same for somebody that has 1 negative item versus somebody that has 24 negative items, right? Obviously the volume or the amount of hours that goes into my team working into that is a lot greater, right? So pricing is based on that. The evaluation is free, is no obligation to you, and you take away a full analysis where it breaks down all the negative factors and everything that you should know. All right. Cindy Lopez, hi, how long does it take to hear back from you guys? I put in my info last week, but haven't heard from you. Cindy Lopez. Can we look up Cindy Lopez? Yeah. Cindy Lopez, we're on it. We're on it, and we're going to get contact with you here pretty soon. Andrea Hart, is it worth paying off small 30, 50 medical bills that have hit my credit? Cindy, my question to that, and I've answered it before, and I have no worries into answering that again. Keep in mind that when you pay, if it is a collection that you're talking about, keep in mind that it'll only update on your credit report as paid, right? And so the algorithms that the banks are using today are still factoring a collection, whether it's paid or not, as negatively impacting your score. So even though you pay it, it's not going to improve your credit. It'll remain on there. And depending on how old it is, you may have restarted the clock and the amount of time that account will remain on your credit report. So let's be very strategic. I'll be more than happy to provide you with an evaluation to get more greater detail on what are the options when those accounts come and hit. David Stevens, my car just got repoed. What can I do? So your car won't report until the next month or so, David, because things are very recent. You may or may not be able, find out how much you owe on it. Try to catch up with the payments to see if they'll release the car back to you, right? But if it's a significant amount, due to the fact that it's very recent and that just happened, it may even be difficult to even dispute those accounts. We've removed repossessions before, but again, a lot of factors, right? Everybody's situation is different and every bank is different, right? Lilith, let me see here. Lilith, the secret of all of us is that you pay your credit cards off before the end of the statement. Don't make it look like you're living off your credit cards, and don't charge more than what you can actually pay. Well, just to add on to Lilith, what I do is I pay on the due date, and I don't charge my card until after the report date. On the due date, I pay my full balance, because when you pay your full balance, you don't get charged an interest. And if you keep your balance under 30%, then you're good, right? If you keep your balance at a 30% threshold, then you're able to pay that off fully, because, remember, paying your credit card, there's no difference into paying it, transferring from checking to savings, than checking to your credit card, right? Because 0% interest, that same availability is going to be available right away. Here we go. And Deha Hart, is it worth paying off small 30? Okay, yep, we answered that question. Guys, thank you so much for the questions. It's actually coming in pretty quickly. All right, so let me see. TC, should I pay off any medical bills? Guys, you should pay off all your debts, right? Especially if they're with the original creditor. But things get a little bit fishy, a little bit dicey when they're in the hands of these debt buyers or debt collectors, right? Very hard to tell now in the long run. In a lot of cases, you could save a lot of money. They may or may not have inaccurate information, but the only way to find out is actually by triggering this investigation or these disputes. But keep in mind that if you pay these accounts, right, they're not going to take away they're not going to increase your score or take it away or whatnot, right? Let me see here. Matthew Varnum, when you request a copy of the original contract that I signed, really did it, from a collection agency, and all they provided is a credit card statement from the original creditor, still not valid? No, still not valid. Based on an opinion letter from the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, sending a statement alone is not sufficient enough proof, right? And in addition to that, something that I learned when it comes to that is, I actually don't want to give away too much of the next video, but for example, if you look at a way as an attorney represents clients in a collection case, and again, it varies, everything's different. And again, I'm not an attorney, and this should not be taken as legal advice, right? So quick disclaimer. But based on the research that I'm learning is when these debt buyers buy these accounts from debt collectors and they go to court, they have to do two things, right? They have to prove that you owe the debt, which is not enough. And then they have to prove that they own the debt, right? And the way that they own the debt is that they have to provide a purchase title, right? There's a title, kind of like when you buy a car or whatnot. And then that in itself, once they provide that, then we have to look at the agreement or contract that the collection agency has against the original creditor, and what kind of language does it say on there. And in a lot of cases, the language in that agreement states that you're buying these accounts as is, right? You're buying these accounts as is. And it says it may or may not have full, accurate, and verifiable information. So if we pay attention to how attorneys are representing or defending clients in collection cases, it'll give us a more clear understanding as to how our rights are being used and for what purpose they're being used. That'll get us a better understanding, so we're not being taken advantage of, and we're able to handle our debts in a better way. So something to keep in mind when it comes to that. Here we go. All right, so Alan Richard, is it wise to purchase a vehicle with a credit card? I don't think so. It depends. I mean, if you're paying it off, I mean, you would have to consider what is the limit on your credit card, right? And do you want to max out your credit card buying that account? Now look at the interest rate on the credit card versus the interest rate you're getting from the bank that's lending you the loan, per se, right? What car are you getting? I don't think it would be, right? I think the price would come out the same depending on the amount. But great question on there, but I don't think it would be. Here we go. After 7 years of leaving a charge off on your credit, does it fall off, and should you look into paying it? After 7 years, it does fall off. And once it falls off, it fell off. And if it's charged off, the original creditor doesn't even owe it no more. So that's kind of long and gone. Just move on, man. Just move on from that point. Jay's Life, I'm in the second round with you guys and hoping to get the repo off your credit. Jay's Life, what's up, man? We're definitely on it. Definitely on it. Make sure to speak to your processor that's assigned to you, and you'll definitely get some more details. In the meantime, once we send off letters to the credit bureaus, we don't have like this back access phone to somebody over there. We kind of have to wait just as much as you do. So as soon as that comes in, boom, we'll kick it off and see what kind of results we got, man. So looking forward to those results. Shanika Bullock, I just paid my truck 3 weeks ago. Potentially, how many points will I receive? Shanika, that really depends on the remaining aspect of your credit report, right? What are the balances on your other credit cards or loans? Do you have any collections, right? Because if you didn't, the impact can be greater. It's really like a little balancing beam when it comes to that. So I'd love to take a look at your credit report. If you schedule a free credit evaluation in the description below, and we can go from there. Noreen Adams, hey, this is a double jeopardy and a violation. Can you get them both deleted? Not sure what you're talking about, Noreen, but if you like, again, I'll be more than happy to provide you with a free credit evaluation, clicking on the link in the description below. King Arthur, there will, I guess there was let me see here. How long does it take for a finance company to report your new loans to your credit bureau, specifically Capital One? I would say it's safe to say 30 days, 3 weeks. Every time something updates, it should take around 30 days, right? Or at the starting of the ending of a cycle, whatnot. Typically, 30 days is basically the safe to say. If it happens sooner, great. I've seen accounts report as early as a week or two, but also depends on the end of cycle date when it closes out or opens up. But 30 days is a nice rounded off number where you can expect things to kick in. Let me see here. All right. All right, so here we go. Noreen Adams, Zeke, normally any negative falls off of 7 years. You're right. D. Widmer, is there a charge off after a free evaluation? No, there is no charge. If there is a charge, it's because you decided to hire us, right? To dispute on your behalf, right? Fix your credit or whatnot. If not, you take away this analysis for you to research, take home, and you're just a little bit more informed. So there is no charge after that unless, right, you hire us. Jay's Life, are the dispute letters for the second round more intense for the credit bureaus than round one? Yes. Typically, the more rounds as you go up, the more aggressive it gets. And obviously, it really depends if we're sending it direct to creditor or credit bureaus or both, right? So yes, in theory, they do get more aggressive. Ron 2000, should I join a credit union? Yes. I love credit unions because, again, typically they're also known for way lower interest rates, right? So they're always a better deal if you're able to get qualified for one. Just paid off my student loans and was wondering how to just take off all the late payments and negative remarks. That's going to be kind of difficult. That's going to be kind of difficult. Now, what you can do is that you can go ahead and dispute whether those accounts whether that account was actually late or not. In a lot of cases, when I go ahead and evaluate people's credit on the credit report, you can actually see, like, in the little squares, right, where it says 30, 60, 90, 120. In a lot of cases, the same student loan account may have, let's say, reporting January, okay, but TransUnion is reporting that same month and year as late. So how can that be? How can one be reporting okay and the other one late? So we had to actually take a look at that. And that's why, I guess, in an evaluation, if you want to go ahead and take advantage of that, I'll be more than happy to look at that for you. And if that's the case, then that's a good indicator that there's something inaccurate, right, or unverifiable in there, and that has to be fixed. And if that can get reversed back to a positive, right, and not 30-day late, that can only increase your score. Keon Alexander, should you close a credit card after paying it off, such as Macy's? No. 30% of your credit, which is the second biggest factor that dictates your credit score, is availability of credit, right? Availability of credit. So that's the second biggest factor. So if you cancel that card, you would have lowered your total availability of credit, and that will lower your score. So if you don't plan on using it and it's paid off, shred it. Just leave it open month to month. That's only helping you until they decide to close it on their own, which should be in quite some time. Here we go. Does your company do credit report? Angelique Reed, yes, we do. We do credit restoration. That's exactly what we go ahead and specialize in. So if you want to go ahead and schedule a free credit evaluation, schedule it in the first link in the description below. Let me see. Where can I find your website and your info? Clicking on the link in the description below. So check it out, Angelique. Codename XO Libby. How do credit repair companies get collections removed? The way that it works is that we go ahead and leverage a series of rules, regulations, and acts that are designed to protect us as consumers. And in a sense, we're asking for validation or proof, right? They have the burden of proof. Prove to me that I actually owe you this debt before I give you any money at all. Because at the end of the day, I didn't contract with you initially. I contracted with the original creditor. So prove to me that I owe you this debt. And if in 30 days you can't prove it by showing me the contract, the original agreement, a description of product or services that you claim that I rendered from you, I want to see it all. And if in 30 days you can't prove it to me, then the law states it has to be removed, right? And so obviously there's other factors in it. Like, for example, how when they send you correspondence in the mail, how was your name spelled? If the letter that they send you and the name does not match to how your name is spelled on your social security card, then that is not your name, right? And that'll be considered unverifiable and or inaccurate based on the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and that has to be corrected or removed, right? So I'll be more than happy to clarify that with you when it comes to that. Let me see here. How does it cost to hire you? I do need some help with a couple of things. So what we do is, again, we offer a free credit evaluation. You speak to me and one of my guys, and they'll be able to let you know based on what's on your credit report, what the cost would be, time frame, and so on and so forth, right? So if you want an evaluation, click on the link in the description below. All right, so here we go, kicking this off. Hey, Ray, I was contacted about credit restoration, but wanted info on how to pay off this collection from a complex I used to reside. I need to apply for another complex. What do I need to do? Christine, well, first off, we want to take care of our debts, but it's hard to say, but you don't. Again, if you pay that collection, it'll get updated on your credit report as paid. It will not remove it or stop calculating into your credit score. So your score may suffer. It may remain or come down lower, right? Because you just re-aged it. So Christine, before you do anything, contact me. Click on the link in the description below to go ahead and schedule your free credit evaluation. David Webb, call now and get a free t-shirt. No free t-shirts as of yet, but you're more than welcome to purchase one. Down, I believe, under the description, you'll see it on there. You click on it, and you'll get a shirt sent out to you. Let me see here. And guys, I'm sorry if I'm skipping over your questions. Is that they're coming in, and it's kind of like skipping over. M. Sweet Stay, how to reestablish credit with an average score of 670 and a grade F usage. Obviously, we have to take a look at what's on there, what's remaining. Do we need to add? Do you need to raise your credit limit on some cards? Do we need to help you apply to new credit cards and things like that, right? FICO is a formula, so there's a lot of factors that kind of dictate what your scores are. Obviously, hard to say when it comes to without having the credit report in front of me. Like I said, guys, out of respect for everybody, I don't like guessing with people's credit. I like to actually look at the report and see what we actually have to work with to go from there, right? So we go from there. Let me see. Would it be okay to remove a high limits on your on a good account? No, it's not good. Again, you want to keep those as high as possible, even if you're not using it. Noco Silver, what's up, man? How you doing? Joan Moreno, thank you. Christine Gentry, thanks. I spoke with Alex. Cool. Definitely will go ahead and take care of you. Angelique Reed, I just set up a free valuation. Can't wait to get started. Well, I can't wait to speak to you. Looking forward to it. Byron King, not to get into you guys' personal business, but what are y'all's credit scores? Credit scores, there you go. Alex is on the 780s. I'm not too far along. He actually has a little bit higher than me or whatnot. He's actually looking into, I actually got to pick his brain, and I like to take a little bit more on that credit because he knows a lot about credit cards, like as far as like the little hidden features and what banks actually look for in that. So that's a great topic and something to look good into. My little Vega 1928, high balance, not credit limit. No, you don't want to have a high balance. So basically, whatever the limit is, divide by 3. Never pass that. If you feel like you need to use more than that, increase your credit limit. All right. So something to keep in mind. Online review. Can I add my 13-year-old daughter as an authorized user on my credit card? I've kind of had mixed reviews on this. Other companies require them to be 18. Others don't have an age limit. So I would say that will definitely help their credit score. Definitely try it. If it happens, great. If not, then obviously you got your answer on there. Every bank is different, but definitely go ahead and check that out. It can only help her out. King Arthur, my score is a 780 with a $90,000 wipe clean. Great. Glad that helped. James Watson. James, what's up, man? How you doing? We just spoke today and you signed up for the program. So welcome to the Keeping It Real with Credit family. Look forward to doing some great things with your credit, man. I can't wait. A lot of your student loans on there are extremely, extremely old. And those get done pretty quickly, man. So highly confident on what I see there. Just hit the like. Noco Silver, what's up, man? Thanks a lot for the like. 13-year-old daughter. Yeah, so again, check it out. Let me see, naturally, but if you have a current pre-approved house financing and your car dies while you're waiting for it to finish being built, is it wise to get a new car? No. When it comes to mortgages, you kind of have to don't get no increase, don't add. It'll mess up your debt to income ratio and could potentially hurt your score. So if you're going to get a car and you have the money stashed away, buy a car in cash or try to figure it out that way. But again, I don't know what your score is, what your report has, what your debt to income ratio is, but I know while you're in the process of getting a home and getting everything kind of solidified, it's not recommended to add anything else from that. Let me see, thumbs up, and y'all show the appreciation. Thank you. Online review should do a workshop in Orlando and Tampa area. Good that you said that. Workshops are still coming in, and really, honestly, I can't wait. I really can't wait to show you guys not only the studio, but the new programs, in addition to the credit restoration programs that we're having on here, to be able to help you out. We're gonna be all over the place. Trust me, guys. I'm as excited as I am. I can't wait to tell you guys, but soon enough, we got to be patient. All right, guys. So 30 minutes are up. Kind of went over the limit there. Kind of got excited on there. So, guys, once again, thank you guys so much for the love and support. I'll see you next week, right, on the live session Q&As. Thank you guys so much for everybody that's participated, everybody that I spoke to. I really do enjoy it. It's right now 6:41 in Miami. I still got some other evaluations to do. I may have it to here for a few hours. So for the most part, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends. And until the next episode on Keeping It Real with Credit, peace. And make sure, guys, if I didn't answer your question, I want to be able to answer and talk to all of you guys. And I want all of you guys to have my number. So if you click in the link in the description below, I get notified. You get a text from me. You'll get a calendar invitation link from me, and we'll be able to kick it off. So say what's up. Please, I look forward to speaking to every one of you guys. And other than that, guys, I'll see you on the other side. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.